Have you ever been lost in a furniture showroom? It's like you're in a fake bedroom and you go around the corner and you find yourself in another fake bedroom and then go around the corner and find yourself in a fake den. And then you see a corner and you think you're going to go around that corner and see the exit, but no, you're in another fake bedroom. Well, that's the kind of feel of the film we're going to look at today, Backrooms. This is Bounds of Cinema, and I'm your host, Dennis Bounds. We're going to look at Backrooms, which is directed by Kane Parsons, who was only 20 years old when he made this film. And we're going to do not one review, but we're going to do three. First, we're going to look at it for the standard audience. Will the average audience like this movie? And then we're going to look at it for those who are into this kind of thing. In this case, a horror film. Will you like this film? And then we will look at the big idea. What is that idea that's underlying this film that holds it together? We'll look and see what that is and talk about it. The film starts with a VHS circa 1990 video that involves watching a guy in a hazmat suit wandering around these rooms that are all yellow walls that seem to go on and on forever. And as he goes around and searches for things, he's breathing heavy. He's obviously under distress, and he's trying to get out of there very desperately. He does not make it out. So then it shifts over to Clark, the main character, who is played by Chiwetel Ejiofor. And he is the manager of a budget furniture store called the Ottoman Empire. He's really trained as an architect, but this is the job he has to do right now to make money. He's also been kicked out of the house by his wife, and he's not very happy about that, and currently in therapy to a woman named Mary, who is played by Rina Reinsve, a Norwegian actress. She has her own problems. She and Clark early on do a role-playing session in which she plays his wife and he plays himself, and they go through the events in which he basically got kicked out. He is still frustrated about this, about how this works and how useful it is. He's not very happy doing the role play. But pay attention to this segment because it's going to become very important as you get to the end of the film and helping you understand what's going on. Then he goes back to the store where he's living, and one night he is attracted to some light and sound down in the basement of the store. He goes down there and sees a crack in the wall, and there's light coming through it. As he examines that crack, he ends up falling through the wall. There was a door there that he didn't see. And now he's in what we're going to be calling the back rooms. Entirely yellow walls, kind of sicky colored, and there's a little buzzing of fluorescence that you could kind of hear. It's a very uncomfortable place. There's furniture stacked up in the middle of the room. As he wanders around, he's discovering that this place is very large, and he can't even comprehend how this has been hidden under his store for so long and no one knew about it. So he wanders around, explores, feels threatened. The audience is going to feel threatened. You're going to feel a lot of dread, and he starts hearing things. And as he's getting scared, he gets out of there and goes back through the wall, finds the place where the door was, and goes through it. So now he's very interested. What is this? He tells his therapist, Mary, about it, and even shows her a diagram that he draws. Remember, he's an architect. And she basically thinks he's gone a little loopy. He doesn't care. He's going to do some research. So he enlists two employees of the furniture store, young people, and one of them has a video camera, and they go through this door into the back rooms. And as they explore, he is trying to get some research done, trying to understand the rooms and what they are and what they contain. Things do not go well for them. Later, Mary's wondering what happened to Clark. She's not heard from him. So she goes hunting for Clark. And she finds the building. She finds the Ottoman Empire. Doors are open, but no one's there. And she wanders down to the basement. And there, she finds a way into the back rooms through that very same door that he has marked off now to know where that door is, even though you can't see it. Once she's in the back room, she is searching for Clark, trying to figure out what's going on, and ultimately she finds out what's going on and gets sort of a resolution by the end of the film. So, for the general audience, my view of film is that each film should be able to be viewed on its own. You don't need to do homework. I hate homework. I've always hated homework. To have to do something outside of the film experience itself to understand or appreciate the film, I don't think that's necessary. Shouldn't be necessary for a film. So, with this film, there is a mythology. There is this Backrooms lore that was explored through a series on 4chan, a web series, a number of videos which showed people in hazmat suits dealing with the yellow walls and the threats and different things that happen to them. And it is presented in a way that gives you this fear, but these are short films. Should you watch them? No, you shouldn't need to, and the film does work as a standalone. It is a film that has two characters that are interesting. Clark as the manager, as a manager of this furniture store who doesn't want to be the manager. He wants to be an architect. He's driven into this into these rooms and trying to figure out what this place is. And he feels like he's using his skills as an architect as a way of solving it. And Mary, who is had such a rough upbringing of being a daughter of a hoarder and a person that had mental illness, she survived that and became a therapist, is trying to help others, like Clark. So there is that drives it. So you've got that human component that's very interesting, and you are led to try to figure out what's up with these two people, what's going to happen, and the story goes in different twists, in different ways that you really don't know exactly where it's going, which is fun, and then ultimately it has that vibe of an odd filmmaker like David Lynch. His films like Lost Highway or the TV series Twin Peaks and Fire Walk with Me. Those kind of storylines that just are odd, just are weird, and there's a sense of dread and foreboding. Not much gore, a little bit of blood. Mostly it's this fear of something bad is going to happen. And that kind of story that drives you along, that makes you want to keep going, want to find out, I think is good. And so I would recommend it for the average audience. For those who like this sort of thing, and I'm talking about the horror film fan, this film does deliver. It delivers a good, scary experience. There's a lot of dread, a lot of foreboding going on, and there's a lot of danger around corners, and there are a lot of corners in this place, the Backrooms. This film has that 90s vibe to it. It begins with a VHS tape which has the man in the hazmat suit trying to get away from something, trying to escape, and he's not successful. Interspersed in the film, there are other VHS. We get to see some videotape, but not to the level of the original films, the short films, which were largely, they were found footage type of horror films. Now, found footage is a specific type of horror film. The idea behind using making a fake documentary, using documentary style. The idea somebody has taken film equipment and shot something, and they disappeared, and we only found the footage, and we get to try to deduce from the footage what happened to them, hence the name found footage. Now, there's a little bit of that in it, but it's largely a standard feature film style with actors playing parts, and it's very clearly it's a film, and it does a really good job of that. There's not a whole lot of monsters in this. There is one, very, very threatening one, but not a whole lot of them. So the general feel, the David Lynch with the dread, foreboding, something bad's going to happen, that kind of thing, where the danger is just out of reach, and we do get to see a monster, as I said. That will be the kind of film that you're going to get, and if that's what you're looking for, I think you will enjoy this film. Now, what is the big idea? Big idea for this film is not really big, but it is pointed. It's the idea of meaning, the idea of hope. What happens if your life is a mess? What gives you hope? Can you find meaning? And that's what these two characters are doing. Clark is trying to find meaning. He has had to give up his architecture career. He's had to sell furniture, and he's frustrated by this. He lost his marriage. He's tempted to give up hope. But in finding the Backrooms, he has found something to study, something to research, trying to figure out these thousands of square feet of yellow-walled rooms. Is there meaning there? Can he get meaning from studying this? Is this what's going to drive him? And Mary, she couldn't save her mother, but when she finds out Clark is missing, her patient, this is what is driving her for the bulk of the film. Can she help Clark? She couldn't help her mother. Can she help Clark? By searching for him, trying to figure out what's driving him, what's going on, what's messing him up. And then ultimately, when she ends up in the back rooms, can she save him? Can she find meaning that way? So, meaning, hope, those things are embedded in the larger picture, the big idea. To recap, I do recommend this for the average audience, the regular audience that might not be drawn to horror films. There's just a little bit of gore. There's not much that you could talk about more than what you might see in other films. And there's a little bit of blood. There's some jump scares, but mostly it's this dread. And I really, if you like any of David Lynch's films, you'll kind of get a similar vibe here. And for the horror fan, I would definitely recommend to them coming to this film. This has a lot of dread in it. If you're looking for a whole lot of gore, it's not going to find it. If you're looking for a lot of monsters, they're not there. Only one really scary one. And there is a little bit of found footage, but mostly it's just a standard feature film. So recommends for both. Now, please, since you've been with me this far, why don't you hit the like button? Give this video a like so that it goes out to other people so they can learn about this film. And subscribe so you can see the next films, the other films that I've reviewed, the other reviews, and be ready with the notification when next time I post one. And it will all be right here on Bounds of Cinema.